Hey, welcome back.
Your hair looks pretty high.
I think your hair looks pretty good. Talk
Are
about.
you feeling high, Nicola? You always feel high.
Yeah. Oh, here's a little brush. Hey, listeners here. Oh, we've got that. We have got.
Joh Bailey's in the house and he's fixing her hair.
This is my.
I love it.
Talk about having a fave guest when you bring in your own hairstylist
No,
there.
you can't beat it.
And big and bouncy, and that's what Joh is known for. And yours, is glamorous.
Straight. I want to be straight. I want to be straight. So I went straight, and you went bouncy, baby.
But what fun coming straight from the hair salon, then straight to our back fence studio with the one and only Joh Bailey.
Yeah,
but you know what it is, when you go and get a blowout, it makes you feel good, doesn't it?
What did you see? You said OTT, was it?
OTT, over the top.
Over the top. I love it. Well, we were just discussing with Joh about Sue Bell.
Oh, Sue Bell.
Who most of you listening would know. I mean, a lot of our international listeners would know, particularly from America. Sue Bell from Palm Beach, Florida.
The Queen of Palm Beach, who was on our potty, so tune back
Very
last
high
season.
hair.
High hair.
Great advice around men. She's incredible.
She is.
Funny
what was her advice around men too?
Oh.
Half your age and then age 7. We've got to do the math.
About 10. It was so good. It was endless.
That works for us. Well, look,
let's introduce Joh.
Let's get started here. So we have got an absolute icon, the hairdresser to the stars, a business visionary, and the man who turned the blow dry into an empire. From styling global legends like the late Princess Diana and Kylie Minogue to creating a brand that's reshaped Australian hair care. Joh has influenced style, culture and confidence for decades. So we're here for the stories and, of course, a little bit of goss and the secrets behind his incredible success. So we're thrilled to have you at the back fence.
Oh, thank you. And
welcome, Joh Bailey.
So kind, that introduction. I don't know who you're talking about, really.
Take it on, baby. Take it on. You know, there's so many ways to start with Joh, but I have to start with... Joh, firstly, for our American listeners, think of Beverly Hills. Joh's salon is in Double Bay. It's a very similar sort of environment. He's been there because my sister used to have a store there, Wendy Heather, and 40-odd years. You know, they say there's stays and plays and plays and stays. Double Bay back then was a pretty remarkable small town. We all knew each other.
Village, really.
Yeah, village is the way to go. I mean, for those that know Double Bay, listening, Squire Shop, Tony Yeldman, Maggie Tabra was always running around.
21.
What's that? What was that?
21.
21. Oh, my God. I used to stare
The
in
Cosmo Cafe.
to 21 because they were women with very high hair in 21.
And George's.
George's was fab.
Wasn't it?
Loved. It's a little bit more
Eliza's.
exclusive, George's.
Yeah,
That dress up.
Eliza's,
Oh, my God. I've forgotten about Eliza's.
So we're talking about, you're setting a scene, aren't you?
It was, you know, it's a funny thing.
It was like a club.
It was like everyone
The
knew
whole
everyone.
suburb was like a
And we'd
club.
all just like, drinks? Yeah, I'm desperate.
And so, Joh, you worked there.
Well, my sister had a store there. I just said Wendy
Wow,
Heather.
yes.
And I worked in Wendy's store, and that's how I got discovered into television.
How's that?
But
such
that's
a
how Double
great
Bay
story.
was. It was like, it was just like, it was mad, but Joh and I were just he was having a coffee downstairs, and we did just say we were younger. We were a lot younger, and I think
40
like
years
we
younger.
all got in.
Still
See
as
my
gorgeous.
hair? We all got in at 5 a.m. went to work, right? And I just brush that down, darling. And you'd be like, oh, but you just continue. I mean, Tina Turner was always running around Double Bay. You know, Olivia Newton-John, it was her favourite. There was always a groovy, fun scene, but not like it wasn't too far out there. It was just. It was like, yeah, we love you for who you are.
It was our normal.
Yeah, well, it was. I mean, look, while we're on that, 40 years ago, you started your business with the most remarkable woman.
Yes.
Who and there's not many women that I can honestly say I put on a pedestal. She's remarkable. Marilyn Koch, tell us about, that relationship and how you've maintained that working environment.
Firstly, we met. I worked at Lloyd Lomas, which is in Bay Street. That's where I finished my apprenticeship, and I was working there. And Marilyn was a client of mine. Not a very long.
I didn't know that.
Not a very long-standing client. Anyhow, this other client, I was 22, I might add.
last
baby.
week.
Yes.
Literally a
Still looks it.
baby.
Look at his skin.
No, and another client of mine said to me, "Oh, you've got so many clients, you should go and open your own salon." And I'm 22. I'm thinking, like,
Yeah.
you know, how
Yeah.
and when and where and that. And she said to me, her husband would fund me into it.
Wow.
Anyhow, it all went horribly wrong. I got sacked from Lloyd because he found out I was going to go and open my own business.
Fair enough, though.
My father wouldn't let me sign the contract that this man had given me, and I was kind of a bit like, I'm just going to sign it anyway because I've got no job, and you know.
And you were young.
And
Just do
Marilyn happened to have. This is such like I don't know what that word is when things happen for the right reasons. Anyhow, Marilyn happened to have an appointment the next day for me for a blow dry.
Serendipitous.
Oh,
Yes,
so
serendipity. It was
That's
so
a sliding door
serendipitous. That's
moment.
it.
Yeah, I love it.
She happened to have an appointment with me the next day for a blow dry, so I rang her and I'm crying. I said, I've got no job, and like, Dad won't let me sign this contract. And she said, come over, do my hair, we'll talk about it. So
Don't you love a woman?
yeah, do
Come
my
over,
hair.
Do my hair.
and only then we'll talk about
Fixes
it.
all problems,
I love
doesn't
no,
it?
finish it, then we'll talk. I love
So
it.
anyhow, I went over there, still crying, and did
I
her
love
hair.
it. Crying, fix my hair, sign a contract. Love it.
The
And
girls
she,
club.
who had never had a job in her life, and she was only like 20-something as well, said, oh, I'll do it with you then. And I went, oh, okay. So I went back to my father. He gave me a little bit of money. Her father gave her a little bit of money. When I say little money,
Yeah.
$5,000 each we started with.
Well, back then was a lot.
Yeah, $10,000
Yeah, still.
though. Not much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
And Marilyn rang this person who had started the salon and said, you don't have a hairdresser anymore. Give me whatever you've done. Not give, but we're going to take over the lease and take over the thing. It was in Cherry Lane. Do you remember Cherry
Yeah, I
Lane?
do.
It was upstairs
God.
in a little sort of, what do you call, mezzanine level. And it was just me and Marilyn and one junior. And I think the reason why it's worked and why it's worked so well is because we've never really had a plan. You know,
You know what? That's our language, isn't
That
it?
is so cute.
We run a
true.
bit that
Throw
way.
positivity
People
into
say-
the air.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't have people say, you go, I hate them, you go to those business sort
Yeah.
of conferences,
Structure.
make 5-year plan and
Yeah.
structure and go and see your accountant. We have none of that. We just turn up to work every day and do our best. And with the money, it's like a family business. If she needs it, she can have it. If I need it, I have it. It all works out in the wash. We just don't sweat the small
Was she a
stuff.
bookkeeper or anything like that?
nothing.
So who was doing the books? Because you bloody well need that with a business, let's be honest.
Well, I reckon for the first 20 years, no one. Which is, well, I'd say just
I
took the
love
cash and
this.
spent it.
Cash and
We'll
spend.
take it out in case the tax man's
Good
listening. I'm
lifestyle.
joking.
But seriously, it is amazing because you go friendship and business.
Someone did something.
It's
right?
somewhere. That person washing the hair. What's your name, John? You're doing the bookkeeping.
It's
I
too
just come in
funny.
from the nightclub.
Oh,
The good old days.
But
they're
friendship
still
and
great.
business doesn't always work.
No.
But
That's true.
What's the magic between you two?
I don't know. I honestly, I
Madness.
don't know. I can honestly say though, we've never had a proper fight. We've had disagreements and
Yes.
things, but
Which is normal.
You know, yeah, that is normal. She defers to me a lot, which works. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't challenge me a lot. Like when it comes to the hair, I am,
King.
God, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And when it
God.
comes to
Yes,
sort
yeah.
of,
It's true.
when it
Gotta
comes
own
to
it.
the running
It's
of the
true.
salons, I don't challenge her. We let each other, we stay in our lane. think
Yeah, I
it's a
love
good way of
that.
putting
You
that.
got your strengths.
We do.
Yeah.
And she
yeah.
lets me have mine and I let her have hers,
Wow.
pretty much.
It's refreshing these days, and
It's
no
very
offense.
old school,
Well,
the whole
it's
thing.
funny you
It's
say
like
that. I
a
was going to talk about all
godfather.
these generations coming through that are like, oh no, that person's annoying me. I want to leave. I'm leaving, and you're like. You've been here 2 weeks. Why are they annoying you? Oh, they eat the lettuce and I can hear it. And you
Oh,
go,
I know.
what are you talking about? You're
know.
passionate about this job. You've got a job and it's fantastic. You persevere. You know, to me, the riches in life that I've witnessed, that people are putting hard work, it pays off.
true.
It pays off.
Look, I was talking to someone
And
who's got nothing to
passion,
do with
isn't it?
hair, but
Passion.
who was at school the other day, who left school because she didn't like. None of the subjects really interested me. And I said, well, to.
That old chestnut.
Yes. Do you think any of them
I've
interested?
never heard that. That's great.
That wasn't really my thing.
That's-
and I said, well, it wasn't really mine
No,
either. But I
whose
stuck,
was it?
But
I
it's
stuck it
true.
out for 12 years. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I wanted to do something that like was more me. I said, no one liked school.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just didn't
But
like the
it's a bit
subject.
the same with jobs these days. They come to work and
you'd
this
say
doesn't
it.
really suit me. All right.
Wow. And
On your bike.
Yes, there's the door.
But talk about that, Joe.
Slam.
You've got now several salons and so many staff as well. Like
50
I mean,
staff.
50 staff.
And
That's-
you've kept them for
A
some of
long
them.
time.
I mean, I only met a few
20
today, 20 odd years.
20 odd years.
And what's that secret?
Yes.
Where
Okay.
does that stem from?
Look, you know what? It's a little bit like what's the secret between Marilyn and I? We're very firm but kind with them. We pay them very well, and we expect the best, and we leave them alone.
Oh.
We
Did you get
sort of
that?
stay in our lane when it comes to that. If
Yes.
they're good enough, we let them, like, we don't say this is how we do highlights at Joh Bailey. We let them do it their way as long as they're perfect.
Because it's more creative,
Well,
is
it
it not?
is.
Yeah.
It's like trying to get a whole lot of artists and say, this is the way we paint at
Yes.
Joh. Well, it just doesn't work
No.
that way. There's 20 ways to paint and there's 20 ways to do highlights. There's 20 ways to cut. There's 500 ways. The only thing that we are very strict on is the blow dry. We have to do that our way.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
and you really
mine's
do
smooth
have
as silk.
a signature one. And I think I've got like a bit of it here. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm kind of in love with myself with this. So thank you for this, Joe. Like I really love a bit of bounce. And it is one of those things that if you're feeling, say, flat or feeling
Yeah.
low, if
It
you can
lifts
make
you.
it doesn't lift you. Like literally.
You know what? I
it's a great
realised just
self-care.
on that, I realised more recently in my life that although it is the hair, it's actually not about the hair for me. It's about the feeling. So, you know, obviously the only way you can make someone feel good is to make them look good. So that's number one, the look. But if you've done someone's hair and they stand up and you can see it and they're all like happy with themselves, they take that happiness out into the day and spend it on somebody else, and it has a roll-on effect of sort of uplift, and that's what it's about. Because on the very rare occasion where I don't get it right, and you know it happens sometimes. And,
Yeah, every
you know,
career.
for
It's life,
whatever
isn't it?
reason,
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
it's an awful feeling to
Yeah.
think that someone's come to you and you haven't given them the hit they were there for. But like I said, very
Very, very rare. It is really those. You see people with a spring in their step.
You
know, you
do.
go out and you go to
You
the shops or
do.
you meet friends for
I
lunch
agree.
or
Yeah.
something.
And you get a bit
do
of this.
feel like,
Yeah,
whoa,
I'm just
whoa.
going to
exactly.
grocery
I'm feeling
shopping.
good,
And
you
you're
know.
like, wow.
Yeah, and it is really great
I
that
agree.
way. But
Well,
you've seen.
I walked in today because I've
Yes,
been.
yeah.
I've actually had
lifted
food
you,
poisoning. I've
hasn't
been
it?
sick, and I came out bouncing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jasper
Well, so that's
did
it.
our hair. We love
Jasper.
Jasper.
Yeah,
really, we
isn't
love
he?
him.
He's
Yeah.
beautiful
Shout out to
human.
Jasper.
Like everyone there's a great vibe all round.
There
So
certainly
tell
is.
us about you. Like,
Yeah.
I want to know, I
do.
bet every single person listening today at some stage goes to a bloody hairdresser, right?
Well, of course.
I'm wondering if they've thought like I have. How do you stand all day? A, physically stand all day.
Yeah.
B, it's a twofold question. How do you go home after talking to people all friggin' day? So point one, how do you stand all day?
Okay, well that's
Like, I can't stand for long at all.
I don't know because that's all I've done for 40 years. So
Do you have 100,000 veins in your legs?
I don't know.
It's
Like,
looking
how do you
fit.
do it? It looks great.
I'm actually quite strong, physically and mentally. And I don't mean that in a kind of like.
No.
But I'm just a strong person. I have a strong sense about me. So we actually don't stand all day. We sort of sit parts of it. When we're cutting, we sit on
Mainly.
a stool. But blow drying, blow drying is quite a physical
It
thing.
is.
It's like this.
It
and
is.
standing and stand over the person. No, I don't know how I do it. I
Better
just
than
do
sitting
it.
at a desk, though.
As
really,
far as
isn't
the
it?
talking bit goes
True.
all day,
Yeah,
I'm really
yeah.
good at it.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
But you love people.
I do.
Yeah.
But when I get home, I don't want to hear a thing. And my poor husband.
Yeah, tell me about
Well,
him.
we live
Does he
on-
walk away
And
from you?
congratulations, you're
thank
fairly
you.
much a newlywed, really. Was it in COVID time?
yes.
Your 3 years. Congratulations on that.
But it's 16 years.
thought
I was going to
So,
say
yes.
in the
before.
making.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Does he run for head for the hills when you get home, or does he just hide under
So
a pillow?
I live on you know I live on 100 acres in
Yes,
Darwin.
I've heard. this.
Divine.
And he's a farmer, basically. So he's at home with the animals all day, and I'm in here doing whatever I do in here. And I get home and he says to me, "Oh, you'll never guess what happened today." And I'll go, "What?" He said, a tap in the back paddock blew up. And I'm like, "Is that it?"
Isn't it? Well, what extremes environment. Think about it.
How healthy
It's
is
very
that?
Green Acres. Give me Park Avenue.
I love. Oh, that's
with a
just,
pitchfork. It's cool.
See, that's a great.
What a great balance.
The wind blew an oak branch off an oak tree or something.
And you're going, sorry?
Yeah, what?
Oh, I
But
love
do you
that.
take it home with you? Do you tell some stories too, just amongst each other, going, "You wouldn't believe
Look,
what I heard"? 'Cause you
I
must
do a
have
bit.
heard
I do. Look, I've heard it
everything.
all. I've
Everything.
heard
You've heard
everything.
You would have heard things before they've even happened.
Yeah.
I believe that.
With
I
all
truly
what's
believe
going
that.
on.
Yeah.
Marriages breaking up, scandals,
Everything.
affairs, the whole
Totally.
thing.
Let alone
You hear
who's
it.
next door listening.
Yeah, but people, don't you find that people also say more when they're brushing their hair?
Yeah.
they're still
Well,
this
it's a
personal
physically
thing.
personal space.
It is.
So people do feel like they can open up,
Yeah.
and they do.
Have you heard anything can drop the brush? It was so out there.
Probably. You know what? To be really honest, I don't remember most of it because it's. I mean, every half hour I've got to click on to somebody else. So if I could remember
Think about
everything everybody said, like I'd be a genius. But I don't. I really don't. I remember things when I'm in the situation, like somebody will say something, and I think, "Oh my God, remember that time when?" But I can't. I don't have great recall.
No, and that's,
And that's a
probably
good thing.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
think it is a good thing.
Yeah.
I have done like strange things, like one woman's hair for her wedding 4 different times.
Oh, wow. 4 different weddings. I love
That is
that.
fabulous.
She's keeping you in
Isn't it?
business.
Okay, how would you like it this time, Mary?
Exactly.
Okay.
We've done that. We've done that.
What about a ponytail? Yep. All right. No worries. Rastafarian.
That's
Let's
a
do
good
it.
one.
I love
That's a
it.
good one. Oh,
Love it.
wedding number
Okay,
4.
round 4. Let's go.
That's it.
Woo.
Woohoo.
Oh, too
Wow.
good.
And so honestly, you've sort of seen so many. And how's that sort of happened with the celebrity, really, because you are kind of infamous for that too.
Yeah.
And VIPs.
So look, I think it started. Look, I think
Royals.
what underpins it all is good hair, and I think if you're good at anything, people find you. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
And then once you sort of start doing it, you get on this roll because just say, I think my first sort of very famous client was Elle Macpherson, back in that
Great hair.
80s.
Great hair.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then she goes back to New York or to her agency, and then they're bringing somebody else out, and they say, "Who did you have?" And so they say, "Oh, Joh did a good job, so I'll have them as well." And then it just sort of exponentially. Look, through a really sort of funny set of circumstances, I got flown over to London once to do it wasn't a royal wedding, but it was a aristocratic wedding of like the daughter of a countess and earl. And one of the bridesmaids was from New York. And so I did that wedding in England. And then the next month I was in New York doing a wedding there because she thought that that's what I did, fly around the world doing weddings. And the next month I'm in Los Angeles, and I was in Thailand.
Wow, how fabulous.
It was great.
I
But
love
that.
it was fabulous.
Living the life.
But yeah, but like it's just a role sort of situation. It's not, someone has to do it.
Yes, yeah.
Might as
I know.
well be
but
me.
isn't that great too?
Oh, damn it, all
like if
right.
you could tell
I'll
your
learn
dad
have
from
that
when you were this
income.
22-year-old, young boy, and here you are flying around the world
Still
doing
young.
all that. I know.
My
yes.
father, did you say?
Yes, when you sort of think of
Helping
it, with
set
your
up.
father sort of like at the start sort of going, well, what am I, I'm not going to lend you
Oh, he
this,
was
you're not going to sell that.
beside
Yes,
himself.
and now,
Yeah. No,
At
he
your
he just
age.
didn't like the whole idea of his son being a hairdresser. It didn't suit him at all.
No, I get
No.
that, but I get all that.
Yes.
But he
did he
came
turn
through.
around
Oh,
with that
totally.
and be proud?
Totally,
Yeah,
yes.
I mean it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And he took all the credit.
I told my son,
wow.
you must open a hairdressing salon. I love
Oh,
all
wow.
that.
And tell us about Diana, Princess Diana.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
look,
no
you
one
know-
listening didn't love her.
And Di's here. We've got a Princess Diana.
Hello.
We
here.
do our very own. Look, she was fantastic. It was it was the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Tell me how did you meet her? How did it come
Well,
about?
she, I was at work one day in Double Bay, and Marilyn said, this is literally true. No one believes this, but it's true. She said, Buckingham Palace is on the phone for you. And I went, Sure they are. And then I was sure it was some friend of mine.
Of course, a
so
joke.
I went, yeah, you know.
G'day.
Yes. And then I
Sure
could
it
tell
is.
immediately when I heard the voice that it wasn't some put-on voice. It was some really snobby, you know. And they said the Princess of Wales is coming to Australia in September, and she's doing the Victor Chang cardiac thing. That's what she's coming for, but she's going to do 5 or 6 days of engagements. Would you be interested in doing the tour with her, the whole thing? And I, you know, shakingly went, yes, of course I'd be interested. But they said if it gets into the press or you tell anybody, it gets back to us that you're doing it, then that we're going to take the job off you immediately. You cannot tell a soul. Can you imagine how hard that was?
I'm sorry.
So I grabbed Marilyn by the ear and took her into the toilet.
Yes, I
locked
bet.
the door.
Oh.
I
And I said,
bet.
you tell one person,
Literally.
I'll
You
blow
must have been
your head off.
jumping
With
I
a brush
was.
at her neck.
Yeah. And so we went, I
Imagine
think
the
it was
two of them in the toilet.
I know.
Seriously.
I know,
And
we
they
were
all
like-
go, something's happening, they're screaming. Yeah, I love it. I
And,
love it. How
Fly on the
And we
wall.
didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell a soul, not one soul, until the day. And it was, I think it was about 6 months. We had to keep it quiet. For.
6 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nicola, I don't think I could do that.
I know.
To
It
whisper in
wasn't
someone's
easy.
Not
ear.
6 months.
Wow.
6 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
Big.
It wasn't easy, but I wanted to do it more than.
And so, what did you do? You went on tour with her around Australia? or
No,
what was
she
the
was
deal?
all done in Sydney, but
Yeah.
it was just a few. Oh, my shoe is killing me.
I just
no,
took
kick
my
it off. We're at
I
the
just
back
took my
fence.
shoes off too. How
We
weird.
like that we're relaxed here.
We are chill.
So the day came, and the night before, I actually had to go to these protocol lessons about what to call her and how to behave, which was strange. I know.
That would have been difficult.
That
How
was
to
the
behave.
palace.
Yes, how to behave.
Yeah.
But she must have been the loveliest, wasn't she?
She was. So
Like-
they
like
taught me.
seriously.
They taught me that her name was Diana, Princess of Wales, not Lady Di, not Princess Di. Never Di anything. And when I first met her, I had to say the whole title, Diana, Princess of Wales. And after that, I could call her Mom, which rhymes with. Doesn't rhyme with ham. They said Mom.
Like lip
Mom.
balm.
Rhymes with jam. Rhymes with ham, not jam, or something like that.
Yeah.
It was so confusing.
Poor
Oh,
thing.
God.
Or I
She's
could call her
sweating.
the princess. And if they gave me all these like scenarios. So if pass the princess the tea. Don't pass princess the tea. It's the princess. And it's not Princess Diana. It's the princess
Oh, wow.
or Mom.
Mom.
Well,
Gee.
ma'am, but
Ma'am.
mom,
Yeah, but
mom
they-
is
but they're
English.
English, is
yeah,
it?
Actually,
absolutely.
you got it right. It's
Yeah,
ma'am.
it's
Ma'am.
ma'am.
It's
Ma'am,
American,
which rhymes
isn't it?
with
Yes.
ham.
Well,
That's what
it's-
they
it's-
said.
yeah, it's ma'am.
Ma'am.
But
You're
an
right.
English upper crust accent, a bit mom.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Mom
right.
is coming into the room right now.
So anyhow.
But she was, just tell us she was normal.
No, so I got
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
And I went through this. They looked into my blow dry to see I didn't have a gun in there or a
Yes.
bomb or something.
That's the best.
True with
I love it.
security these days.
Yeah.
Security. Then I went into her lady in waiting's room, and I was waiting there, and I had a suit on and a tie and everything because they told me to put all that on. And they told me this thing about, and they said to me, you can bow if you want to, but you don't have to. She doesn't expect you to. And then she came into the room, and I was expecting. They said to me, the lady in waiting will say, "This is the Princess of Wales. This is Mr. Joh Bailey." And then that's when you say, "Pleased to meet you, Diana, Princess of Wales." And then you drop the whole thing and go to ma'am or the princess. But she
By
just.
the end, it was cool. He was going,
Die-die.
Die-die. Come here, die-die.
So she came in with
Exactly what I was
a
thinking.
with a Ritz Carlton terry towel and gown robe on,
wow.
and her hair wrapped up in a towel because she just shampooed it. And no one said anything, and I'm sort of standing there like,
I bet.
like, come
Yeah.
on, where's this whole
Yes.
thing? So anyhow, it was
You were calling a ham or something at that stage.
rhymes with jam.
Doing well. Joe, 10 out of 10 not. I
Anyhow,
love it.
she was
yeah.
gorgeous. She was my age. She was just completely natural. But you know, even though she's got a beautiful voice, but not snobby at all, not pretentious, not just absolutely beautiful. And she was really lonely because she was recently divorced. She was up in the presidential suite by herself, and she didn't really have visitors. who's going to go and visit her, really?
It was a tough time for
It
her
was.
too, with
So
the whole public
she often got me to
divorce and
stay, which was fun. She'd just say, you know, do you have to hurry out? And I'd say no.
became
And she'd,
besties.
Yeah.
Have a drinky poo together.
well, cup of tea.
Oh yeah.
But she got the teacup and,
Yeah.
and jiggled the tea
Oh,
and,
good.
and asked me how. No, she didn't call, you know.
No flick.
No.
But you're not going
No.
to tell me she used a damn tea
She
bag.
did.
Oh, we love that.
That's the gossip.
Go
of the
die
year.
die.
She also,
Exactly. It's
she
good.
also one day while I
Always
was blow
liked
drying
her.
her hair,
Love
she put her foot up on the table and started painting her nails. And I said, oh, no, I'll get someone to come up, like, you know, someone
Yes.
from work.
Yeah.
And she went, oh, no, don't worry about it. And she's,
Oh, normal hours.
yeah,
Love
yeah,
that.
normal.
Yeah, and you
Great.
felt that vibe from her.
Totally.
Like, yeah.
And she wasn't like,
Plus, she's so well loved.
when I
Yes.
finished doing her
Very
hair.
different to Andrew.
And you did her hair beautifully
bring
too.
her back.
Like, you know, from all the different years, and everyone has different fashion changes with the
Yeah.
hair. But the Australian one, it was sort of really known as sort of like she got her hair right, and you know,
She did. I
And
mean, I
thanks
did.
to you, you know, like
But-
it's-
and she also, which I think is a really important thing with celebrities, is that I mean, obviously they have to like their hair. That's a given. But that they tell you that they're enthusiastic about it, and and you know they're well mannered or well, you know, that they're kind people when they go, oh, I love it, rather than just sort of sit there and say, oh, thanks.
Yeah, or not
Because-
even thanks.
well, 'cause
Move
the-
on.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
obviously you're a little bit nervous about it. I mean, you're not doing the most famous woman in the world's hair without a little bit of nerves that they're
Yeah,
going
of course.
to, you know, that the whole world's
that you
going to
do
be
it
looking
right.
at them. Those
Absolutely.
images
Scrutinised.
are going to be put all over the world. And yeah, the whole American and English fashion pack are going to pick the whole thing to pieces.
that's right,
You know,
yeah,
well,
from head to toe.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly. Not
yeah.
just their hair, but everything. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's not without its bit of stress. Oh, look, just while we're talking about that, I did Paris Hilton's hair one day for a similar. Well, she was here for, I think, the launch of Bondi Blonde, a beer, and just in complete contrast to the princess, who was to the minute on time. Paris was really late, which is sort of, you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, we're all here
I
to
get it.
look after you. And she was sort of, at the end of it, she just sort of, when I finished doing her hair, she just sat there. And I went, is that okay? She sort of
Yeah.
went, yeah. And I went, okay, so she hates it. You know,
Yeah. Well, that's
what
what
I was
you
talking about
assume.
earlier,
You didn't
that's
get any
like
feedback.
a
No,
wound.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, you think, oh,
Yes.
shit, not only does she hate it, but like she's now going to take that vibe out to
Yeah,
her.
and tell everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that
So-
just might be her sort of that American way. Not
Well,
everyone's
I
like
went,
that,
I went
but-
out to her people
Yeah.
who were waiting outside, and I said, I don't know what's going on in there, but it's not. I don't think it's good. Do you want me to go back, or I can change it? You know, like
yes,
go, you know, can go and find out what's going on. And she came out, and she sort of, I was standing over there, and she sort of looked this way, and went, I really love it, thank you.
Oh, right. So
I
she's
went,
not
yeah.
that super
Bloody hell.
enthusiastic.
Bloody hell, after all that.
Oh, wow.
Hey, something I've got to ask. Where were you all?
Yeah.
Actually, I know where you were.
Yes, yeah.
You were with me when Princess Di passed away.
I was at Catalina having
See?
lunch.
Every
Oh,
single
yes,
person
yeah.
I ever asked that question goes,
Everyone
I was
remembers.
here,
It was one
that
of those
time,
moments.
I was with these people,
Yeah.
I was drinking that because people were so all over the world affected by
I
that.
know.
You and I were away up in the
We
Hunter
were.
Valley.
Yeah, I actually wasn't with you, but it was you with the other group of girls.
about
But I
that.
remember.
Were
No,
you
but
asked? I'm
I.
only joking.
No, but
No,
I remember where
we
I
were
was
coming
too,
back.
because my daughter was going to a birthday party. I think it was India's 3rd birthday party, and everybody was stunned and just shocked and in disbelief and so saddened by
Yeah.
it. You know,
Shocking.
but it's so true. What about Kim Kardashian? Is that-
Yeah?
yeah.
Oh, gorgeous.
Oh,
So
really?
No,
gorgeous.
again,
Yeah.
normal, like so
Normal.
down to earth.
Yeah.
I mean,
On
that's what I
time,
assume.
Loved her hair.
Yes.
See, on time.
Right
Wow.
vibe.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Look, when I say on time, I don't mean,
No, I get it.
you know,
though.
10 or 20 minutes
It's
late. I mean,
respectful.
just really
Yeah.
late and no
Yeah.
sort of, oh,
No,
I'm sorry. Or,
disrespect.
you know, yeah, like, you know, I've got a job to do too.
But that's it.
You know,
Yeah.
we're not all just here waiting around for you all day.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
What's the latest trend in hair besides everyone having
Well,
a plug?
okay. I think I think long hair is going to be here to stay.
Yay.
For sure.
Yay.
Because
Yay.
it's feminine.
It is.
Yeah.
It
And you know,
went
also for a
long-
certain age, remember sometimes people would
Yes.
go, you even hit
Yep.
45 or
Oh, no,
something, and you need to get the cut.
Nicola, you're so right. Or having a
that.
baby.
Yeah, that's
How
some,
many women chop their hair when they have babies?
That's the opposite. I think when you get older,
Yeah.
I don't mean, I do mean even old. I think longer hair looks better.
I think
Well, there
so.
you
I
go.
think you cut
Yeah.
your hair off when you get a bit older. It's like I've given up.
Well, I
And
believe
also,
that. I mean, it can look
think-
chic
I think
and
short,
hair
Pixie
too.
I think
but-
short hair
Yeah.
is the domain of very young skin. If you're going to have really short hair,
Yeah.
you've got to almost be like, I can't even think of anything that's got short hair anymore. But you know what I mean? Those beautiful little pixie cuts with that sort of immaculate complexion.
Keira
Yes.
Knightley,
Yes,
like that's got the
yes.
thing there, you know, looks
Yeah,
stunning with
yes,
those sort of hair like
yes.
that, isn't it?
That
Is
said, there's
incredible.
the rom-com Bob had a bit of a run this last.
Which is past.
got
What is
another
that?
word. How sweary are you allowed to be on?
Oh, it's a
whatever.
podcast, darling.
Is
That's
that?
why I'm on it. And I love podcasts. So I'd say and
Anything
do what I
goes
want.
here. We're at the back fence,
no.
Joe.
Anyone can write in. We can all
Giddy
say
up.
it.
It's the
Giddy
year
up.
of the horse.
Oh,
We've
no.
got the
All
equestrian man here
What was that
yes.
show that? Oh, and it was always that she's always on holidays in different places. It was on.
Oh, not Joanna Lumley.
No, that really
like
crazy
her
woman
hair.
who was Stifler's mother.
Who's
Oh, yes, Stifler's mother, with the big hair and...
What's that?
Yes, I'm just
series
trying to think
she's
of...
on now? Jennifer Hoolidge or something.
Yes, She was in White Lotus.
White
Oh,
Lotus.
okay, got it.
Yes,
oh,
yes.
The
love
third
her.
season of White
Yes,
Lotus, they
yeah.
called it
So
the
she's
Cunty
got
Bob.
the bob.
Oh, that's it.
The what? What did they call it? The
Cunty Bob.
I heard that. I actually heard that.
Yes.
Oh,
that
my
is
God.
so funny.
Okay, so that sort of had a bit of a run.
That had a bit of run. So
Yeah.
once again, I think it's for young, very young people. It's sort of a really short, sharp, kind of blunt bob, and it's quite fabulous.
You know, I when I see it and it is recently
Yeah,
cut,
yeah.
I can't stop staring at
Yeah.
it. Because, my hair's just
I don't know where that
whatever.
name came from, though, but
Yeah,
it came
fascinating.
from White Lotus somehow.
But the
Oh,
other,
that's amazing.
isn't the other
Yeah.
trend too is, which I still think, hand it to them too, with women letting them, as they're aging too, letting their hair go silver.
Oh,
and
I
it can
quite like
certainly
it.
I
suit
quite like
many
it.
Silver
people.
foxes. I
But
love
you've
them.
got to be I think you've got to be kind of ready for that.
Yes.
It's a
Can
big.
go either way.
It can.
Oh,
It
some
can.
women we've
Like-
seen
And
we
I
go,
don't think it's a sexy look.
Yes.
I think it's more a sort of arty,
Yes, yeah.
edgy,
Edgy, arty, yes.
sort of, red lipstick.
Or I'm just bloody comfortable with who I am look.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you
yes.
see it in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because I go, I could, going to hairdresser is my favourite thing in the world. But to walk out with long grey hair, no, I couldn't do that. And that's why I admire them.
No, that's why I said
They're
you have to be
brave and I
ready
admire
for
them
it.
and they're happy with it.
Yeah.
And I think good luck
And
to
some
them.
really rock it as well too.
They
don't
really
they?
do, I
Yeah.
agree. In fact, speaking of colour, can you just put too much colour in it dries the hell out of your hair?
Well, yes. It's more badly done.
Oh,
Will do
really?
that, yeah.
Oh.
And overlapping, it's already coloured and someone puts it on again and again and again. And yeah, it can. It can.
And so tell us some tips because, for not everyone who can go out and, get a Joh Bailey, hair blowout, as I
No.
say. But what about tips at home?
To blow dry it
Yes,
yourself.
yeah. Wash and blow
I'm so
dry.
glad you did that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh,
I'm sitting here
good.
staring at
I
it.
love
No, because
that. Oh,
Joe
good.
just did it quickly.
While you're there,
Poor
up
Joe.
over here.
Look a little
Poor
bit,
Joe.
see? Can you just do a little bit here?
There,
This side?
yeah.
Here.
Okay, you got it.
You
You got it. Perfect.
Done.
That's
Done.
it. She's good.
I love
she
that.
good?
We're just tweaking the hair. You can watch this on
It's happy
YouTube
now.
here.
Yes, for YouTube viewers, it's over the back fence styling.
Yes.
Okay, look,
All
I
done.
suppose there are people who can do their hair really well at home, and I don't know that it's a learn. I think it's something. It's like anything, if you want to be a good gardener, you'll be a good gardener. If you want to be good at your
practice.
hair, you'll
get
it. You'll get the right tools. It is about the right tools and things, and I suppose it's about, to a certain extent, it's about having the right hair cut for your hair type. Like some people have got just, let's say, really frizzy, curly hair. If you cut it too many layers into or too short, it'll just, boof up like that and expand into this big boof ball.
I like it.
Unless you can smooth it out. And, it might be worthwhile. I'm not trying to sell blow dries here, but coming and having it done once a week and then just at least having hair for, 5 days of the week.
I think
good.
if you can, I think that's a great thing. And
True.
I'm a big...
You know what I mean?
I
like
do.
rather
I'm
than
just
having
thinking about
always
that.
bad
It
hair.
makes sense.
And
I
you've
know,
got
but I
these
get that
gorgeous
100%.
products here too.
I
which You've got
do.
these ones here. Tell us a bit about these ones too.
Okay.
Well, I'll firstly say they used it this morning,
I know, and
and
look how shiny your hair is.
no, but I
So
argued with
shiny.
them at the base, and I went, no, I can't use that shampoo or that conditioner because my hair's dry, and I went, no, believe me, it's the one for everyone. And then I've had this long conversation with Joe about. My hair's
Your
never
hair looks-
felt more silky. I'm not kidding.
That's so
Yes.
kind.
It's
Here's
true.
the evidence.
Yeah, and this one
So,
is extremely
how
fussy with
fussy
your
am
hair.
I?
I
Very.
know. Well,
Sorry.
I'll tell you why and how I developed it. It's made for blow dried hair, and it's the thing with a good blow dry is the hair has to be 100% clean. Like if there's any residue or oil or any sort of leftover in it, you can't get that sort of smooth shine with the blow dryer and the brush. It's got to be clean, number one. So it's got a really premium cleansing product in it that does that. And the second thing is a lot of shampoos and conditioners promise the world. Well, it's just really not possible. Like basically the best thing is to keep it simple, nourish the hair, clean the hair. That's really all you can expect out of it. And that's what this does. And it does it in a way, it's 100% for dried coloured hair because that's what everybody's got. Like, you know.
Don't you love that?
So true.
Let's be honest.
Who's got
Seriously.
oily,
I know.
Yeah.
oily, good conditioned
Yes.
hair?
Yeah.
No one.
No.
Yeah, not
So,
anymore.
no.
It used to more
No,
so.
they don't.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And if they do, they're probably not coming to me, so they don't need it.
Down the road you go.
And you know what?
Down
You
the
know,
road.
people, I've got to sort of sing your praises too. You're very generous, you know, like it's very unsort of sung hero that way. I know behind the scenes what you do for charities,
Oh,
what you do. No, you really do. You help so many, and you're very generous
Thank
with your
you.
donations there. And you know,
Well,
when
you
I-
know what? We are very lucky people, and the least I can do is give back.
yeah, well,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
certainly
you know.
do.
They say there's more joy in giving than receiving.
Oh, for sure.
Took me a few years to get my head around that, but I have got my
You
head around
certainly
it.
have.
It took
and
me
you
a while.
are very generous.
But I
You
find
are.
that so joyful to give. I
Yeah,
really
don't
do, and I
you
never
think- and
understood
you would have
that
done
logic.
it in your life, certainly, when you've bought somebody a fantastic present and you give it to them and you know they're going to love it.
Yes.
How good you feel about
Yeah,
that.
That's
you're
so true,
excited.
isn't it good?
Where on the
Yeah.
flip side, sometimes when you open presents, even though you
Yes.
might really want it, I find it a little bit hard sometimes to
To receive.
Well,
to take-
yes,
yeah, I get
yes.
that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So
But you know, when I've
beautiful.
been to, you know, different charity lunches or dinners or something, there's always seems to be in the beautiful, generous thing of prizes like a Joh Bailey,
Bailey,
sort of
love
like, you know,
that.
that. And it was good. My partner at the time used to always put his hand up for it too. So I used to always come over and get the
cool.
Joh. I was the
Nice.
recipient for
that.
many times too, which was
So
really
what's
great.
this
but
called? It's just called Joh Bailey, the
Yes, but
product.
the products all have.
I
their
love the
own
names.
names.
High Society,
That's
Oh, isn't that good? Yeah.
Blow by Blow, Naughty. This one's 10 carat. Love that. The
Yeah,
conditioner.
that's the conditioner.
That
So
clicks
10
with
carat
me.
because it
Yeah,
shines,
love
blow
it.
by blow. Well, that's self-explanatory.
And what's
High
this one?
Society. They're
See,
just
there's
them
not millions.
outside.
It's just what I
And
love.
can you buy these just in your salon or are they online?
No, they're online at the moment, and they're in the salon. But
good.
we're in the middle of negotiating to, take them to the world.
Yeah, I bet
Good.
you.
That's
Now,
great.
just quickly, who makes them?
Aesop.
You see?
Oh, there
Hello.
you go.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
says a lot.
Yeah.
Just
It
the
does
quality
too.
of the company
the
behind
quality
them.
of it is a premium product. All of them.
No, it's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
I've just got to ask a quick question. I meant to ask up front because I've always I've thought about this a lot because I've seen women in salons do it. I did it years ago. Justin Hem's mum's salon. Justin Hem's mum's salon. What was it called? It was
Maryvale.
very good. It was in Maryvale. I brought in a photo of Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah.
And I went,
Click.
that's what I want. That is
Yeah.
me to a T. And she was like, oh,
You
well,
and the
yeah.
rest of the
Well,
world.
it was like, she just went, that seat, that seat, that seat, that seat. Anyway, I just want to ask, give us an example if someone's walked in with a photo of a celebrity or an actress, whatever, and gone, I want that. And you've gone,
Oh, okay. So it happens all the
don't think
time.
so.
It happens
Like,
all the
how
time.
do you handle that?
Well, It does happen all the time, and it's good in a way because at least you've got a sort of
guide.
starting
Concept,
point,
yes,
where you
yeah.
can say absolutely we can do that or absolutely not. And where sometimes when people come without a picture, they start telling you how I want it sort of graduated back, and you mean, well, what does that mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no such thing as graduated back. But
Just let me get the
but
dictionary.
but they're using terminology they think is
Seriously.
true. So you are. I find it better with a picture. Over the years, there have been like hair it girls. Farrah Fawcett was definitely one. Like she held the 70s.
She did.
You know, Jennifer Aniston probably held the 80s.
Yes.
You know that
Absolutely.
that Jennifer Aniston look.
Friends,
The Princess of
okay.
Wales probably was the 90s. You know,
True.
we had
Yes,
everybody
it's a good
bringing
one.
pictures in. Before that, I think it was Twiggy in the 60s. You know,
Yes,
that little
yes.
Twiggy haircut that sort of rocked everybody. What's happened now, and back to what you were asking earlier about what's in, nothing's really in anymore. There isn't. I couldn't
Sounds
say.
like a turbulent world that we're living
No,
in.
it is.
Seriously,
Yeah.
even
It
with
is.
hair,
I
it's
kind
the
of like
same.
It
that
is.
nothing is
Well,
in
look,
this, yeah.
if you went to lunch in the 60s, say, or the 70s, and 8 girls sat around the table, you'd probably pretty much all look the same, more or less. You know, you'd all have a big
Yeah.
boof and
Yeah.
a flick out, or
Yeah.
you know, one might be red, one, but there would be a theme to the whole thing. Same as you'd all have a little puffy skirt on and a little handbag. If you think about it, if you went to lunch with 8 girls today, you could turn up with 8, like you could have a hippie, a big curly frizz ball, sleek, straight, and you'd all look good. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You couldn't really say that defines.
I kind of like that. I think
I do
that's
too,
good.
but it's sort of, you can't really define our moment with fashion, I don't think, or hair or anything, or shoes. Like, shoes used
You mean now?
right now.
That's
Yes.
fascinating.
And then what about wigs?
No, wigs are huge.
Yeah.
at the
Really?
moment.
Are they? Yeah.
Like pieces or like full?
Well,
like full
everything.
hair?
Yes.
Like-
I hate to say this, but anything you can glue on is big. Lashes,
Wow.
nails, wigs,
Well, that's true.
skin colour, anything that's stickable on, we're using them.
Yeah.
And
wow. Yeah.
teeth,
Yeah.
everything.
Well, when I was in LA, I was at the hairdressing salon, and the
yeah.
guy was washing my hair, and he kept putting his fingers up at the base of my neck, my hairline. I went, so what are you doing? I'm just feeling for your extensions. I said, I don't have any extensions. This is my hair. And he went, oh, sorry. He said, you'd be the only woman in this salon right now that doesn't have extensions.
Probably,
I nearly
yeah.
fell over.
Yeah.
Like, they're huge, aren't they?
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
huge.
essentially, I call it fake hair, but they'd kill me for saying that.
Yeah.
But because I don't know, is it real hair they're using? I have no
It
idea.
can be.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, if it's any
But it looks
good,
fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
women
can.
look
It
amazing
can.
with it.
It can.
And
Can.
also, with the hair too, and then you've got people, who sadly, when they've, whether it's cancer or they've got alopecia or there's
Yeah.
different things there that,
true.
you can now get wigs made
I
and they can
agree.
look so wonderful.
Well, I think Kim
And it's-
Kardashian's been at the forefront of wigs. I mean, she obviously wears a lot of them, and
Yes.
very good ones. They can be very expensive, though, good ones.
Yes,
Up
yeah.
to like 30 or 40,000.
Wow, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But they're made out of real hair. They're handmade, and you can be right up close to them. You can't. The hairline is like. I think Meghan Markle wears a lot of wigs too.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Okay, so that hair.
What's her name? Nicole Kidman definitely wears a lot.
Yeah,
of
I've
Oh,
actually
yes, she
noticed
does.
that.
Yeah.
a
Yeah, well,
lot.
you see the different styles.
and different
too.
colours.
Yes,
It's sort
yes.
of pale red, and then it's bright red. And
Yes.
that's like Kim is blonde and black, and
Yes.
Yes.
blonde and black, and you can't do
Yeah.
that to
Yeah.
real
No.
hair.
And what
It
about
destroys
with
your
men's
hair.
hair? What would you sort of say now to, people, when they're sort of 50-50, they're going bald and they're going that, do you shave it off? Do you?
100%.
Shave
Okay,
it off.
there you go,
Shave
Joe.
it.
Yeah.
Shave it.
Well, not you have to shave
no,
it,
But,
but
but
clip it
clip
off.
it.
Yes,
I think it looks
yeah.
quite hip and cool.
does.
Clip.
Yeah.
It does.
I
It
must be
agree.
really good.
Particularly if they've got a
Yeah.
bit of hair on the face.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't mind
I
that.
Yeah.
think men with balding head can be quite sexy.
Yeah,
though.
I agree.
It's
Don't you?
just the bloody piece
Oh,
They
The
used to-
plugs, is it?
But,
plugs,
Plugs.
chronic. But the P, they
They
used
do
to
it
wear
better these
hairpiece.
days,
Remember
though,
plugs
those?
are good now.
They're
Yeah,
good.
they're better
oh,
than
yeah.
they ever
yeah.
were. Yeah,
You know,
true.
Turkey.
Yes. Oh, they go to,
Everyone goes to
You're
Turkey.
kidding.
Well, they go to
That's
Turkey
insane.
for new faces,
And
for new
teeth.
boobs,
Apparently,
for new teeth,
Turkey's
for new
leading the
this.
world in cosmetics.
Yes,
Really?
yeah.
It's the last
Yeah.
place I would think of.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you
And
said,
you know where
I thought
else?
maybe
This is the second
Korea.
last place you'd think of. This is actually probably the last place, is Bali.
right.
Bali's
yes.
big in cosmetics.
Really? It's,
Yeah.
again, that'd be the last place I'd go.
I know. Well,
In case
you
there
know,
was a problem, I'd run.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean.
Now let's go
Problem.
back. Now, clickety click too. Are you a bit of a horsey man too?
I
You've got a
am.
love of
I
it. Tell us
am.
about that,
Yeah.
Joe.
Well, I
You've
started
been-
riding when I was about
my
9
hearing.
years old, and
Since you're
it's when I was 9.
yeah, young boy.
And you know, it's a little bit like the hairdressing. My parents weren't very supportive of it. It's not something you can do without funds. So in my, determined sort of way, by the time I was about 10, I was cleaning out stables at the riding school and getting free riding lessons, and I just made it happen myself. And now I live on a horse stud farm, and we have some of the best horses in Australia.
Really?
Yeah, we were
yes.
last weekend. I was at Canberra Royal Show, which is the national show in Canberra, and we took 3 horses and they all won. I rode one of them.
Oh,
Who
congratulations.
does the tail? Who does the hair?
You should
Of course
see
he
them.
Can you
does.
imagine? I want a photo of you doing the.
You should
We'll get
see-
some. We'll
you
get
should
some.
see.
The horsey
My
tails.
horses'
I've heard.
tails are full of extensions. They're like, they are. I'm not joking, and they're blunt like
Oh,
that.
how
I'm going to
fabulous.
take
And
my
then-
I want a
dog,
photo.
Freddie the dog. He costs us a
Yeah.
fortune at the groomers,
Oh
but
my
I think you'll
God,
give
I
him the
love
best
it.
one. That's so funny.
How brilliant. They all won.
They all won.
Well
Wow,
done.
yeah, I've heard
Who
that.
Royal
takes
City
the
Royal
car? Do you
this
drive
year.
drive them down?
Michael does. He
Oh,
drives.
yeah.
We've got a
The
big
float.
truck.
It's a real
Yeah.
passion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and is he a rider too? or?
He's a really good one. I'm
Ah.
not bad, but he's extremely good. So this morning at 5 o'clock, I was up at the stables picking up poo like I was when I was 12, and I go up there by myself every morning and do the first sort of feed up.
It's a real balance in life, isn't
It
it? Donna, you
is.
seem shocked.
No,
Look at
I'm
you,
just
like
I
that
am
going,
because
yes.
my head's going. You're in barrel,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then you drive.
I caught the train today.
Okay, and how long does that take?
About an hour and a half.
That's not so bad.
It's not.
That's not
So
so
I was
bad.
up there at 5. Michael dropped me at the station at 6:30. I was at work at about 9:30, and I left there about 2 to come here. And I've got my car here. Well, it's a long story. Anyhow. I left the car
Yes,
here
yeah.
for the weekend because I was at Canberra show. And I'll drive home and I'll make a little barbecue and I'll listen to Michael's.
Oh, I love
I cleaned up around the oak tree, and you're going.
Because that's
okay.
something, you also that just shows also dedication. You're saying hard work.
Yeah.
You're up at 5.
Pays
You're
off.
doing this, so
Yeah.
that's so for
But you know what? I don't push myself. I'm not, all things, and I'm not all that great or anything. I'm not trying to say that, but that's just who I am. I like things. I'm hugely competitive.
Oh, that's a great thing to
lovely.
admit.
But it's
to
not something I
acknowledge
worked
it.
on. But if I was going to have a hairdressing salon, it had to be the best one. If I'm having horses, it has to be the best horses. It's just the way I am. And I don't mean I have to buy it. I have to make it. I have to create it.
If I want a hairdresser, I want a hairdresser that's competitive.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
No, it's true. But
And I'm
you've
not
got
competitive with
passion.
other salons. That's
No,
not what I mean.
no, no,
I'm
no.
competitive with
Like,
myself.
I'm going to
and-
make her hair
Yourself.
the best.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love that. Go
correct.
home. And I was also thinking doing the horsey poo, things like that. Nicola and I talk a lot about mind, body, spirit. And I imagine that's very, sort of
very
your
grounding.
pause moment.
Oh no, it is, and it's
yes.
grounding. I'm
True.
there
Di,
by
yes.
myself. It's dark. It was me and the horses. I talk to them and
I bet.
pick up their poo.
I talk
and,
to horses and
you
I don't
know,
even know
feed
them.
them and
It's-
do their hay.
It's
and
like your meditation.
it
Yeah,
is.
very much
It
so.
is.
Beautiful.
And people, when
What
we
a
have
lovely way to start the day before talking to
it
400 women.
is. It really is.
Yeah.
It's very grounding. And it's very.
Better conversations with the horses, probably. Giddy up.
It's very. It's very. The whole thing.
Very.
Earthy.
What am I thinking of? The show. Horses, of course, of
Oh,
course, of
Mr.
course.
Red.
Oh, this is Mr.
The
Ed.
horse,
This
of
one's
course.
she's a
Unless,
singer.
of course, the horse is Mr. Red.
Red.
Do you not love that show? Seriously?
it. It was my
Like,
favourite
come on. It was my favourite show of all time, still to this day. I must put it on again and listen to
And
it.
any sort of tips for people sort of out there as well, sort of like, if you've got the drive, you've got the business thing, but, sort of someone starting out, would you recommend, say, like going into
No,
your...
I
would
do
you say
have
of
good
anything?
tips, I think, about that. Number one, I would say never give up because shit will happen to your business and to you. And that is one thing. And it's, once again, it's not a conscious thing that I think I'm not going to give up. The first thought that comes into my mind is don't give up. So, we've had great highs, obviously, in our business. We've also had some massive lows. At times where it would have just been better to just go, I'm walking away from this. Yeah, too hard. Because, when we were young, and getting back to what we were saying earlier about the accountants and all that, we had no structure. We had no
Plan.
no plan, no nothing. And, when you're running your business like a cowboy, it doesn't always go well. So, we hit a wall a couple of times where it would have been easier to walk away, but we didn't. And we came back stronger. So I think there's that, just don't give up. And secondly, I would say that that you kind of have to. I mean, I don't know how I found out that I was good at it. You have to be good at what you do, whatever it is. Yes.
I think, but do you put passion before good at what you do?
Well,
do you think if you're deeply passionate about something,
I'll
you
say
become
this.
good at it?
In the 40 years, we have trained, I couldn't even tell you how many apprentices, hundreds of them, and some of them are just good. And they pick up a comb and they're good at it. Others, you're just like, really?
Never. You just haven't
no
got
matter
it.
how much passion you've got,
All right.
you don't
But
have
is
the
it? You
talent.
wonder if they're hoodwinking themselves.
Look. I think passion will get you a certain
So
way. Look,
far.
Michael is one of the top horse equestrians in Australia, and he doesn't know why he's good at it. It's just, and see, this is how I know it because I'm quite good at the riding, but it's a learned thing. I have learnt it. When it comes to hair, I just know exactly how to instinctively. I don't know where it came from, but no one really. I mean, of course, I learnt in a salon and I was taught, but I sort of dismissed most of what I learnt and came up with my own way of doing it.
You know what? I love hearing that. It's like Aisha Buttrose
inspiring.
said, I was asking her tips and she said, never give up.
It's true.
And here she
when you
still
really,
is
when
as
you're
lonely
at your
as I
lowest
was.
ebb.
And everybody
it's-
has very low times.
Yes.
And, people think...
So it makes
I
you
think
feel
people-
normal, guys. If you're there and you're feeling low, like we all do,
Absolutely.
we certainly
And it doesn't
do.
matter. It doesn't even matter what...
Yes.
Look, I've
you
had
can
a few...
bounce back
I've had a few
again.
relationships in my life. And I've given up on them because I just thought, this is not working. I don't like you anymore. You don't like me. Whatever reason. And now that my motto with Michael is just don't give up. So, and now I
beautiful.
don't. But
So
I could've-
interesting in a relationship
And you
No,
got
it's
married
true.
fairly later in life
this is
too.
great
my
crossover.
relationships didn't get any better. I changed in the end and just thought I'm not going to give up on you because I just gave up when it got too hard. Like, and of course
Yes.
they get
But what was
hard.
that turning point besides
Well, I
Michael
just
being
like to go
Michael?
through this whole, I'll just go through
What,
this
'cause you
whole
couldn't be
cycle
bothered?
again. No. I just thought I'm going to go through this
What-
again.
what is it?
I'm
What
gonna-
was the
I'll
turning
leave
point?
again, and then I'll be back at this point again, and then I'll leave again. Like it happened, and it happened again.
You
then
had
it happened again.
reflection on yourself too,
It
I
is.
guess.
And you just went,
I just thought it's actually not them. Maybe it's me.
But I wonder what was that
true,
turn.
isn't
Well,
it?
the turning point was in your mind. You
It
just
was.
went,
I
I
just
don't want
thought
that
I'm
anymore.
just going to stick with this one.
How
And it
brilliant.
got easier, and the more I stuck with it, the easier it got.
Bravo.
What you put into life's what you get out
It
of it.
is.
Yeah,
On
that's
every
a good-
level.
it's
But
so
you see,
true,
in
isn't it?
complete
Dad used to say
difference to
that.
my relationship with
same.
Marilyn, I never had that feeling with her.
What was that,
I
sorry?
never had that feeling with Marilyn, that I ever wanted to leave or anything.
No.
Marilyn is my rock.
Forever. Oh, don't you love
Shout
that?
out
Now,
to
that's
Marilyn.
interesting.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Jasper. Shout out to everyone, at Joh Bailey, and really to all the
Yeah.
hairdressers. And also you do makeup, there's
40
nails.
years,
there's-
guys.
Yeah, 40 years is,
Yeah.
is a lot.
I really admire you,
Oh,
Joe.
thank you.
So
there's
in
a
so
salon
many
down
ways.
like in Barrel.
There's one in
That's
Barrel.
correct.
Oh, I didn't
Barrel.
even
yeah.
know that.
That's,
I
yes.
opened one there so I don't have to come
I was actually thinking that.
working there tomorrow.
Okay,
And
up
it's
the
great
road.
for through all
10
the country
minutes.
weddings and
Oh, my
Yeah.
God,
It's,
these days, Barrow's
it's
huge.
so beautiful.
For weddings,
Yeah.
yeah. wedding
And anything
central.
else sort of like on the agenda or any other sort of things you'd really
Well,
like
we're going to
to...
expand on the range.
Wow, yeah.
Look, I obviously can't do this forever, but I want to. I'm going to buy a house in Bali and spend a bit more time there because I love it over there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereabouts do you go in Bali?
Well, we go all over, but yeah, we're actively looking for a house to buy there now, so I can spend a bit more time there. I'm not going to retire yet. Marilyn wouldn't let me.
No, well, you know what? People
Yeah.
are working longer now,
Yeah,
and
they
they sort
are,
of say
more
it's,
than ever.
it's such a good thing. And we're sort of saying with people, we're saying you get your hair done, you feel good, you look good, but it's bottom line too is connection, isn't it?
It
and
is.
friendship,
It's essential.
and keeping that way. And I think when you're working,
connection it's a lifeblood. But I also think coming back to what you're talking about, I'm still working. I believe when to stop because your body, your mind, your spirit will tell you.
Yeah.
And if you listen to it, it's right. But it's not now because you're still.
No,
You're
it's
still,
not. I'm
you're
not.
running with
Well,
it.
we
You're
had
still
like,
running with it.
we-
I saw you today. I walked in, snuck in, and looked at you, and I thought, you're
look
so in
so
your prime.
good.
Oh.
You were
You
laughing and
are.
chatting. Was doing her
Still a
hair.
baby.
She was laughing. I thought, magic.
Well, what we had a Dr. Gladys McGarvey, 103, and so she's now passed away. But we do sort of bring her up a lot. But she was
We
incredible. But when she was running late, she was in the States, and she was running late because she said that she was on her. Sorry, ladies, I was running a little bit. I was on my tricycle.
She was cycling.
At
I
103.
got out of bed, had a coffee, maybe two, going, what?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
You're Harold? Yes, what an inspiration.
Yeah. So
But do what you love.
Love what you do.
That's it.
And she,
We
Doctor,
certainly
loved
do
doing
that.
it.
We love what we
We
do.
love
We
what we
love
do.
our
I
listeners.
can
We
tell
really
that.
do.
You love
Well,
what you do.
And
I do.
And
we
I hope
really
all you
love-
guys find something that you
And
really
shoot
will
us some
love.
messages
If you don't,
about any sort of funny hairdos that you've had or anything else there, and we'll be able to shoot it to Joe and actually ask, like directly.
Shake my hair,
Shake your
baby.
hair. We love that. Well, I love it too. With Di and your girlfriend Helen, you get
Oh,
your
I gotta
hair
fix your
over
hair, yeah.
and you put the glasses on and you do the whole thing. Or fix the hair.
okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
going to give Joe a rating.
No, we've got a couple of our signature questions.
Oh,
though.
okay, you go
yeah,
first.
okay.
Go.
Now, if you could
Shoot.
share a back fence, Joh Bailey, with anybody on planet Earth, who would it be?
My God.
Anyone.
Are they
And
dead
why?
or alive?
Either.
Either.
Yeah.
Oh, it would have to be JFK Jr.
Oh, love.
And why?
Love.
Look at
Yeah.
him.
Divine. I agree. Divine.
So- well, we'd love to be
and
there
well
too.
bred, and his mother was Jackie O.
It's so true.
Really?
I want
What's
to hear
not
the
to love?
story of
What's not to
everything
love? Oh.
with the fatal flight.
Oh, it's incredible.
God, with imagine mother losing both
I
daughters.
Oh,
I often reflect on things like
unbelievable.
that. I can't help it.
And what about and what makes you happy, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. I'm pretty happy. I
You
think
are, I
I'm
can
trying
tell.
to think about my life makes me happy. Being busy makes me happy, I must say, and I am busy. I can't really think. Well, the horses make me happy for sure.
Michael makes you happy.
Michael makes me happy. He does. This is extraordinary.
Oh, I was going to say, I love that.
it. I'm so happy
We
for
love
you.
love, and
we
I
do, don't
love.
we?
I remember being in your salon. It was around that time, when you were in COVID time or something. There had to be changes to your wedding, but I just remember then going. I was so thrilled for you,
Yeah,
actually
we
getting
pushed
married,
on,
and you
yeah.
did that,
Wonderful.
and you actually got married
So
and tied the knot. So, well, look, thank you so much for
guys.
coming
Thank you.
on. Like it's
Yeah.
so
Had a fabulous
great.
time.
I could actually go and have a glass of wine with you.
Oh, absolutely. Now we
Continue,
love
rock on.
people
Talk about
to
the old days.
rate and review. We love people to
do.
share. We love people to follow this, and we love the ratings. Now, Di gives her own rating
I
system,
do.
Joe. I don't
I
know whether you
do.
know about this, but we
There's
like the
usually
5 stars.
It's usually 5 out of
But,
well, you can get 5 out of it. You're today getting 40 out of 5.
Wow.
Yeah. 40 years is huge.
Oh.
Congratulations.
And I really honour that.
Yeah, I
really
love
do.
that. 40 out of
I
5.
can't wait to get
Bravo.
more into
I
these.
know.
I
Can't
love
wait for
them.
this. This is just
So
great too.
So
So
divine.
get this. Yeah.
Guys,
hey, thank you for
um,
listening. We'll be back in your ears
Yeah,
next week.
and go and wash that hair.
Yeah.
Look as good as we do, baby.
Woo.
All blow dried. Love you
Yeah,
guys.
love you.
Ciao.
Ciao,
Bye.
ciao. Bye-bye.
Mwah.
Bye.